Nintendo's firing up a new Direct for us. We have some more news from the Snyderverse. And watch your head, Chivalry II looks intense. All that and the latest and everything cool today in the Rundown. Hey everybody, hope you all had a fantastic Valentine's weekend. We've got lots to jump into, but first a hearty thank you to our sponsor, our friends at the Gaming Stadium. They are Canada's leader in online esports tournament facilitation. They've got tournaments going on every weekend, and you don't want to miss out on that action. You can join up with them at tgs.gg and tell them Vic from the Rundown sent you. Now today's episode is going out to Liquid 3600, who said, I have to admit that I've gotten a little tired of the MCU movie formula, but Lordy is WandaVision awesome. I'd have to agree with you, Liquid 3600. You know what? Nintendo has got a big Direct headed our way tomorrow, so you know what that means? It's prediction time. Nintendo took to Twitter and YouTube to tell the world that they've got a big 50-minute Direct headed our way tomorrow, February 17th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Of course, I will have a complete rundown on all the stuff that's going to be in this Direct for you, but I think now is a good time to have some predictions about what might be headed our way. Of course, we know that Monster Hunter Rise, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, and Bravely Default 2 are three big titles that are headed our way soon. They're kind of like late winter, early spring type titles, and this Direct is all about stuff that's going to be coming out in the first half of 2021. So I don't know if it's a little too soon to start thinking that, maybe Metroid Prime 4 gets revealed here. That feels to me like maybe a big end of the year type release, but a lot of speculation out there that we're going to be seeing more on Breath of the Wild 2, the sequel to my favorite game of all time. It's been a long time since we've seen anything on that title. One of the things that might appear in there is MLB The Show 21 from PlayStation on the Nintendo Switch. That would fit very well in an early 2021 kind of category. It would also be a dramatic statement that a PlayStation developed game is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. That would be incredible. And of course we know, because Nintendo has tweeted about it, Sakurai-san has tweeted about it, there is going to be some big Smash news in the Direct tomorrow. So I think it's going to take up a substantial amount of time there, which means that we might not just get like one character reveal. We might get a whole new Fighters Pass in there with a collection of different characters, which got me thinking, what characters haven't we seen on this incredible game that's so robust and filled with all kinds of amazing characters? Well, we haven't seen Crash Bandicoot in there. We haven't seen Rayman in there. And Crash could dovetail with the announcement that Crash 4 is coming to the Nintendo Switch, or the trailer for Crash 4. We already know that. That would be huge. I'd like to see Crash and Smash. But maybe there's going to be more related to the partnership that we're seeing between Nintendo and Microsoft. We saw Minecraft in Smash. Maybe we're going to see stuff that Microsoft has published, like Cuphead or Ori, or maybe Master Chief is going to be in Smash Brothers. That would be insane. The other thing that we probably are going to get is Hollow Knight Silksong's release information. That is so close to being ready, and it's been teased and talked about for a long time. I think tomorrow might be the day when we finally know when we're getting more Hollow Knight, but who knows? Tomorrow is going to be huge. It's been a long time since we've had a full Nintendo Direct presentation like this. September of 2019, as a matter of fact. So the wait has been long. We've been waiting for an awesome mic drop type announcement from Nintendo for a while. I don't think we're going to find out about a new revision on the Switch. I think this is going to be completely about software, but I'm excited. I hope you are too. I want to know what your predictions are in the comments below. And now it's time to turn our attention once again to Zack Snyder's superhero universe. On Valentine's Day, the final trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League dropped, and it kind of broke the internet because of a line that the Joker says, "We live in a society," which is a very famous meme. I have to be honest, I didn't really know why everybody was cracking up. I didn't know what the meme was. I had to dig into this a little bit. I still don't know if I fully understand it, but I know George Costanza from Seinfeld also likes to use "We live in a society." But I thought the trailer was actually pretty damn cool, man. It is crowded. There are a lot of actors in this. We hear even Kevin Costner. We hear Jeremy Irons pipe up for a bit. You see J.K. Simmons is in the credit sort of reveal at the end of this. And of course, all of our superheroes are there. We get some pretty big moments with Barry Allen conceivably saving his Iris West and dealing with his father, which was pretty cool. I like the cyborg pieces that we get in there with Ray Fisher. Really looking forward actually to seeing how Ray Fisher steps up in this role with the extra time, the extra screen time that Zack Snyder is giving the character and this actor, particularly in the face of the back and forth drama that's been going on with Ray Fisher and some of the senior execs over at Warner Brothers. Honestly, I really hope that there is a lot of redemption all the way around. And one thing that made me a little bit more excited for this trailer is that I spent part of the weekend rewatching Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition, and I have to admit I actually liked a lot of that movie. It was actually much better than I remember the theatrical cut, and I know that I had started watching the Ultimate Edition in the past, but I don't think I ever got all the way through it, but I did watch the whole thing. The Martha stuff still bugged the crap out of me, but one thing that was interesting to see with this new trailer is how much it kind of dovetails and aligns with Batman vs. Superman, including, the whole thing starts off with Jesse Eisenberg's sort of monologue about gods being dead and stuff. And so there is this rebirth of Superman. We see Superman all destroyed in this trailer, but he comes back, obviously, in his black suit to seek some vengeance on Darkseid and on Steppenwolf. And lots of crazy, elaborate electricity sparkling up the frame, effect shots with all of these different minions and some of these big super bads that the Justice League is going to fight. It looks pretty. I just hope that all of it coalesces and we've got characters that we really care about, a script that's a little bit tighter. I didn't hate the Justice League theatrical when I saw it, mostly because I was excited to see some of these superheroes that I grew up with all on screen together for the first time. But certainly there was a disconnection between the quirky sort of humor striving moments and the darker, serious tone of other moments. It was combative all the way through. You could feel that there were two different movies there. I'm really hoping that there's much more of a through line, and I'm also hoping that this is a great partner to the Ultimate Edition of Batman vs. Superman, which is a vastly superior movie. I am a fan of Zack Snyder. I have to admit it. I like his movies. I like Watchmen. I love 300. I thought Man of Steel was great. Batman vs. Superman rose up a couple of points for me when I watched the Ultimate Edition, and I have to admit the athleticism of Ben Affleck's Batman and the costume design, I love it. And I didn't like the machine guns and the killing and just blasting everybody, and also a lot of the motivations to go and kill Superman didn't feel quite right. I mean, he's just not as smart as he should be. But hopefully some of that is escalated and we dive deeper into it and everybody gets their moment to kind of shine and we get a fun movie. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Zack Snyder's Justice League is a fun movie. Now, speaking of that Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition, it's being re-released again, but this time in IMAX form, and Zack Snyder has been confirming that it is on the way. There were tweets and some social media blasts talking about the IMAX framing of Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition, and Zack Snyder, I guess in the lead-up and the press that he's doing for Justice League, has confirmed that a new, improved version of Batman vs. Superman is on the way. I don't know if I'm going to want to watch that right away. We'll see how much I like Justice League, but it's coming. Next month, we're all going to be able to watch Justice League through Zack Snyder's lens, finally. I'm really looking forward to it. Something else that I'm looking forward to, even though it's gruesome as hell, is Chivalry II. In amongst the many games that were shown off at the Epic Games Store Spring Showcase last week was Chivalry II from Torn Banner Studios. I never played the original Chivalry game, but it's had a long, healthy life out there in the PC world. A lot of players dig the violence and the carnage of this game. It's a first-person medieval action experience, and what they're doing for the sequel obviously is amping everything up and using better technology, and there is a lot of blood spray, a lot of splatter, and a lot of decapitation. It was honestly quite shocking to me when I saw it for the first time in that montage of games from Epic, but it's a much more visceral take on first-person combat, and you are going to get in the fray with lots of other people. I think it's 64 people in a battle at the same time, which is a lot of arms and legs and heads flying around all over the place. You can use bladed weapons, of course. There's going to be some projectile stuff, and you're going to have all kinds of extra weaponry and items that you can pick up and hurl into battle, including a chicken. But I dig the enthusiasm of the developers. There's clearly a recognition that Chivalry is an incredibly important title to Torn Banner. This is also going to be coming to the console, so it's not just going to be a PC exclusive type of experience. I didn't play the first one, but I am looking forward to checking out Chivalry 2. I may have to wear like a face shield and an apron or something. I just don't want to get all the blood all over me, but I do want to play this one. And finally, a couple of quick things to tell you about. First of all, we have heard that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is still a go with Lucasfilm and Disney. We don't know any of the details. We don't know when it's coming out. We don't know what the story is, but he confirmed that he still is making the trilogy to USA Today reporter Soraya Wilson, and that's fascinating. I was honestly just thinking the other day that I would like to have an alternative sequel to The Force Awakens. I actually really loved The Force Awakens. I loved the emotion that it brought up in me. I thought it was a terrific film. There were a couple things I would have definitely changed for sure, like having Luke, Han, and Leia all together on screen at the same time in some kind of scenario. But there was a lot of love in that first film, and then it just kind of went off in weird directions. Still lots of enjoyable stuff and beautiful imagery and cool moments to appreciate in Episode 8 and Episode 9. But it felt like they lost the way. And I'm not going to relitigate The Last Jedi. But it is fascinating. I am a fan of Rian Johnson. I loved Looper. I loved Knives Out. So I was so stoked when he was announced as the director of The Last Jedi. But I have come to like that movie less and less over time. So still intrigued. Still a fan of the director. We'll see. You know, it's very nebulous, but as it stands right now, Rian Johnson is still making more Star Wars for us. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm excited to read some of your comments. And another thing that's happening in the movie world is Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible 8, which was scheduled to be shot right after Mission Impossible 7. Well, that has been pushed back, and it's not just COVID that's to blame this time. It's the fact that Tom Cruise is booked back to back to back to back, not just making movies, but also promoting them. He's going to be busy promoting Top Gun Maverick, which is still scheduled to come out this summer, and Mission Impossible 7 is scheduled to come out in November of this year. But I find it tricky to even put any release dates around these movies at all anymore. It all seems so up in the air. But of course, Mission Impossible 8 is still going forward. The director and writer, Christopher McQuarrie, who I love, incredible filmmaker, he's wrapping up Mission Impossible 7 right now, and I guess they're going to shoot stuff that they can without Tom Cruise, and then they'll just sort of have to catch him up later. But that has been a long and winding road for that crew. I just hope Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are both awesome. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode for you. Thank you to all of our subscribers, our longtime subscribers, and our brand new ones. Thanks for joining the team. You guys rock. And of course, all of you wonderful EPN members out there. We'll see you tomorrow. And until then, play forever.